So here I'm going to start with the topic of what are the different types of operating systems. So we'll see in detail all the different categories, what are the various classifications of the operating systems. So here I'm going to discuss about different types of operating systems. First one, we are going to deal with something like batch operating system, multi-programming operating system, multitasking operating system, multi-processing operating system, real-time operating system. These are things which we are going to discuss mainly on. But apart from this, there are also many other operating systems like network operating system, single user operating system, multi-user operating system. Um, Various other categories are also there. But apart from out of all these things, the operating systems which I've listed here are going to play an important role. So we are going to deal with this one, this operating systems. So here, when we come to the first category of operating system, batch operating system. Mm, Here, mainly we are going to deal something like all the things, whatever the computer or whatever the mobile is going to do, is going to divide into something called as batches. Like simple example I can give you. If you take the BSc groups, BSc groups are divided into batches like MPCS, MACS, MSCS, MPC, and all the other different groups. So here why we are dividing the things. That is, if we take MPCS class, all the students who are studying maths, physics, and computer science are in one class. Whereas if we take MACS, all the students who are taking maths, electronics, and computer science are in one class. Similar way, statistics, they're all in one class. That is, they are divided in batches. So here, when we come to the main example of batches, here in operating system, it is not going to do anything apart from uh, the work that it's going to do. Like simple example, I'll tell you. If a work has to be done, if a task has to be executed, so what it will do is it will divide the work into different batches. All the similar kind of works are grouped in one batch. Next similar kind of works are grouped in next batch. Next similar kind of works are grouped in next batch. Like this, the works are divided according to the batches. Then the task is going to be executed in batch wise. Batch 1, all the similar kind of works. Batch 2, all the next similar kind of works. Like this. Then coming to the next one. When we take a program or a batch of to be executed, this batch of programs must consist of something like input the data, it has to process the data, and it has to output the data. So that is what is called as batch operating system. Fine. So next operating system that we are going to learn is multi-programming operating system. So here, let us assume that we have three programs, in fact three processes to do the work. We have something like a program 1, program 2, and program 3, and we have one CPU. So here what is happening is, suppose first I'm going to execute program 1. So program 1 is going to occupy CPU and it is going to do the processing work. Then once it has done things, it will be going to something like input or output, the data. So when the program is completed and it is going to input and output, the same process can be occupied by second program. So program 2 will come to the CPU. Once it has completed, again it can go to the input and output data. Then again the last, program 3 can occupy the CPU. So like this, one after the other, the same process can be occupied by different programs. As the same process is going to be occupied by different programs, it is called as multi-programming operating system. So along with the advantage, there is also a disadvantage in multi-programming. That is, suppose if we take the same program 1. Program 1 is taking about 10 minutes of time for executing a program. So in the meantime, program 2 has to wait. Suppose program 2 is a small program which takes only 1 minute. So along with the advantage, there is also a disadvantage in multi-programming. That is, suppose if we take the same program 1. Program 1 is taking about 10 minutes of time for executing a program. So in the meantime, program 2 has to wait. Suppose program 2 is a small program which takes only 1 minute. But it has to wait for the program 1 to complete the entire program of 10 minutes. Then only program 2 will be able to occupy. So until first program is completed, second program cannot occupy. So that will be a major disadvantage in multi-programming operating system. Now, next type of operating system that we have is multitasking operating system. It is almost an similar kind of thing to that of multi-programming operating system, but extension or advanced version we can call it as. Like for example, if we take the same example, I'm having program 1, program 2 and in multitasking, there's also one more thing which has been happening. That is, for example, if we take the programs which are executing in a sequential order, program 1, program 2, program 3. But in a CPU, at a point of time, only one program is going to execute, and it will give the chance for all the programs one after the other for time. So from external point of view, it looks or it appears as if it is a multi-processing operating system. But internally it is only a multitasking operating system. And that is possible only because of time sequence which is given to every process. So here from external point of view, it appears like as if all the programs are running at the same time. Like for example, in a mobile, if I want to hear a song, at the same time I want to play a game, at the same time I want to open WhatsApp. So multiple things are done at the same time, but there is only one processor. So how that is possible is using multitasking. For every program, the timing is going to be given. So all the programs are executed in a sequential order, and it appears as if the multiple processes are working at the same time. That is the advantage of multitasking operating system. Next, what we have is multi-processing operating system. So here what we are going to have is, we are going to have multiple processors, that is CPU1, CPU2 and CPU3. And along with this, suppose if we have three programs, program 1, program 2 and program 3. Program 1 is going to execute in CPU1, program 2 is going to execute in CPU2, program 3 is going to execute in CPU3. This is a simple example. Multiple means we can have any number of processors. So unlike the previous one, multitasking, there we have only one CPU and multiple programs are executing in the same CPU, which is called as multitasking or multi-programming. Whereas in multiprocessing, we'll be having multiple processors and multiple programs will be executing in the multiple processors. That is what is called as multi-process operating system. Okay, so next thing is we have also something called as multi-computer. Multi-computer is different. Multi-computer means computer 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Multi-processing is different. Multi-computing is different. So make a note of this point. Multi-computing means we'll be having multiple computers. Whereas multi-processing means inside one computer we'll be having multiple processors like dual core, quadra processor, dual processors like that. So don't get confused over here. Multi-computing is different, multi-processing is different. Multi-processing is inside one computer will be having multiple processes. In real-time operating system, we have two categories: soft real-time operating system, hard real-time operating system. The difference between both the operating systems are time. Where in soft real-time, it is going to be time bound. I hope you understand what is the meaning of time bound. Time bound is nothing but it will have an interval. Within that interval, it has to complete the things. That is, there's a duration like from and to, from time and to time. Within that, it has to complete the task. Whereas in our real-time operating system, exactly at that time it has to complete. Exactly, perfectly at particular time it has to complete the task. Okay, time bound is nothing but it will have a duration from this time to this time it has to complete the task. So examples can be online transactions, stock exchange, okay, and various other things are there for real-time operating system. Okay, so this is all about types of operating system. So as I have said, we'll be having batch operating system, multi-programming operating system, multitasking operating system, multi-processing operating system, real-time operating system. And as I've said in the beginning, there are many other types of operating system classification also, like network operating system, mobile operating system, and multi-user, single users, many other things. Okay, so out of all this, these are the most important classification what we have.